Hey, Wayne here. Thanks for watching, and thanks to Arvala for sending me the M11 for review. I recently reviewed their C Pro, so I'll leave a link down below for that if you want to see it. It's a good, powerful scooter, good for off-roading as well. And if you're not subscribed, you might want to do that because I give things away, and this way you won't miss out on any future videos or giveaways. But for now, we're going to check out the M11. Oh, I knew it was going to happen a bit. The M11 is one of Arvala's most powerful scooters. It's probably their top end scooter. And right now, through the end of December, this scooter, along with all of Arvala scooters, are on sale. So now's a good time to go grab one if you're interested in it. So a couple of things I want to get out of the way before getting into the M11 is that the model I have is, I think, a pre-production model. There's going to be a few changes on the one that you order and what you might see on the website. So on the website, for instance, you might see this model with street tires and off-road tires. They're moving to street tires for this version. So if you order one, that's probably what you'll get. Also, the display, instead of it being added on like mine is, it's actually at the top of the stem. It's sort of a triangular shaped display. And that's going to be the one they're going to be going with from now on. Okay, starting from the ground up, the tires are 11-inch tubeless tires that Arvala calls explosion-proof tires. For stopping power, they come with the nut hydraulic e-brakes with large cooling pads. Okay, for the battery, this is a big one, folks. The M11 comes with a 60-volt 35 amp hour 2100 watt lithium battery. So it has dual shocks on this for suspension, but a plus for this is that the shocks are adjustable. Both front and rear are adjustable shocks. So another big plus for this scooter is that it has a steering damper connected to it, and that's going to help out a lot at high speeds with steering wobble. In the partner app, there's also a lot of things you can do with the lights, like turn them off and switch colors, make them flash. I'm going to go over that in the partner app in a separate clip. Okay, the M11 has a lot of neat things that you can do with the LED lights. I'm going to go over some of them, not all of them, because there are a ton of things you can do with the lights. So I'm in the app. I'm going to go to settings. I'm going to go to LED settings. And from here, before I do that, you see the lights are changing. So when you're riding, if you pull on your brake, everything turns to red. That's a nice safety feature for when you're riding out at night. Plus, these lights, people have got to be able to see you with lights all over the scooter. So anyway, once you have the app open and you're in the LED setting, if I wanted to change this to say like cyan or blue, you just tap on it and it changes. If you want it green all the time, or if you want it blue all the time, you just tap on it and that's it. You can also adjust how bright it is, but I'm going to leave that alone. Now I'm going to go into the LED mode setting. This is where there is a lot to do. It's default on autoplay. I'm going to switch this. I'm going to switch this over to RGB strobe. So now it's just kind of running through the colors. And you can ride around like that, just leave it if that's what you want. There are other settings here. Let's try to pick something else a little different. Let's go with the blue marquee. Yep, that's what that looks like. As you can see, there are just a ton of things in here. RCP race. Yeah, I kind of like that. Okay, one more. Let's go to the very end. God, there's a lot. YCP flush open. This one is kind of slow, I think. So it stays on for a while, goes out, builds a new one, stays on, goes out, and repeats. So with another color. So that's about it for that. I'm going to just put it back on autoplay. And I'm going to leave it right there. And I'm going to take it out for a quick ride out in the dark. It's kind of cold out here, so this is going to be a short ride for me. But I want to let you see what it looks like out in the dark. So I hope this comes out okay. And while I'm at it, I'll show you what the turn signal looks like. I'm going to turn the left one on. So there, that's your left turn signal. That's what happens when you turn it on. Especially at night, you can see it a lot better than during the day. During the day, you can't really see it too much, but it's still there. So I'm going to turn that off. I'm going to finish going down the road here. Make a little U-turn up here. Look at that. Christmas time. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Yeah, these lights are really nice looking. There's one on the top of the stem up here, a red one. That looks really nice too. So I just wanted to show that to you guys really quick. Now I'm going to head on back over to the rest of the review. See you in a second. The M11 has two motors, 1600 watts each, for a grand total of 5200 watts of power output. If you haven't noticed, these motors are extremely quiet, and that's because Arvala has installed 80 amp sine wave controllers to the motors that are quieter than the X wave controllers that are on most scooters. Now, a lot of scooters can only handle up to a 30-degree slope. This one can handle up to a 50-degree slope. That's a lot. So you're not going to have to worry about getting where you need to be or any hills that are in your way. So Arvala says that this scooter can reach a top speed of 53 miles per hour. And I've got both motors going, and I am now punching it, and I'm hitting 41, but I'm coming to the end of the road. 45, 47, I gotta slow down. So I hit about 48 on my last look, but I'm coming up to the end of the block here, and I've got to stop. So yeah, it could probably hit about at least 50 for sure. So this is one fast scooter. The M11 comes with 5 levels of power and an econ mode. Now in econ mode, that actually to me feels more like it would be mode 1. Now mode 1 is sort of a walking mode. It only goes about 2 to 3 miles per hour. So that would be what I consider a walking mode. But then you got 2, 3, 4, and 5. And that's a lot of power right there, especially if you have both motors running. Okay, so something else important to mention is that to reach the top speeds on the scooter, you're going to need to go into the app. At least with this one I did. The newer ones that are coming out right now may not have to do this, but on mine, I'm going to show you how to do it in the app. You have to change a certain speed level so that you can reach the top speeds. So we're going to go through the app. Okay, the thing I'm really excited about is the M11 partner app that Arvala has built for the M11. It's better than any app I've ever seen for any of my other scooters or bikes. They've done an excellent job. There's all kinds of information you can see about your scooter and control and change and modify. So I'm going to go through that. It's available for both Android and iPhone. So go ahead and download that and make sure you register the app. You won't be able to use it till you do. I did have a slight problem registering my app. I contacted Arvala through email. They did something and boom, everything was working. I was able to register right away. So they probably have that fixed now, but if you have any problems, just contact them and I'm sure they'll help you out. Okay, make sure the M11 is on because it's going to need to connect to your app. And then tap the app on your screen. The Arvala app will turn on and it will connect. And next thing you'll know, you'll see these red icons blinking at the top. and throughout the screen. That's just running a check to make sure everything is good. Once the speedometer does what it just did, everything's ready to go. And you can see your voltage, you can see what gear it's in, whether your lights are on or off. You can see the motors, which motor you have on, which motor you have off, current and temperature of the motors. So that's pretty good information right there. And if you tap on the motor where it says off, like I just did, you can now turn it on. Now you don't have to do that through the app. You can do that right on the scooter. So that's something you don't need the app for, but nice to know it's there. Okay, so I'm going to go through some of the stuff here on the app. The battery on the lower part of the screen, if you tap on that, then you get all this information on the battery or batteries. So, and if you scroll up, you can see a sort of monitor of each battery cell, and that's pretty important and nice to have. So if you're having any charging issues, you can see where the problem is. And here's all the temperatures for everything. So just a lot of good information. Alarm. I've never tapped on that before, so I'm not sure what that is. I guess, oh, if an alarm comes up, the information is going to be right here. So that's cool. Scroll back down. I'm going to go back now to settings. In settings, you can change your wheel diameter, system voltage, but I wouldn't touch any of that. The advanced settings is where you need to unlock your speed. So you tap the advanced settings and you put in 2112 and it opens up. Okay, so under advanced settings, to change or unlock your speed, mine by default was down here somewhere. I don't remember exactly where, but I would just push that all the way up. That's what Arvala told me to do, to unlock my speed and get full speed out of the M11. I wouldn't mess with anything else other than cruise control. I don't like that. Kick to start, I turn that off. I don't like that. Let's see here. Anti-theft mode, I haven't really played with that yet, but I guess there's some kind of an anti-theft mode going on. Now, assist parameter. You can change the level of how fast, how powerful you want each level to be. All this good stuff is in here. So I'm not messing with that either at the moment, but I may change that later because I kind of want to swap econ mode and the power assist level 1. I kind of want to swap the way those two work. But for now, everything's okay. So I'm just going to go back, hit this up arrow key again to go back. And in here, back to this window, you also have your LED settings, but I went over that already. And just go back in the video if you want to see how the LED settings work. But there's a lot you can do in here. There's just so many options in here that you can pick. So yeah, check that out. And if I go back home, that's really about it. It's a great app to have. For a complete set of specs, you can go to my site, SpiderWayne.com, or the Arvala website. I'll have links to those two sites down below. So the phone app is a must. This is something you gotta get. If you get this scooter, you can change all kinds of things. Plus, you can see all kinds of technical information, like you can check your battery, you can look at all the different cells, see what they're doing. Make sure you go back and check out my app section of this video if you didn't see it. You can change the colors of the lights, all kinds of things you can change. Change your power settings, customize everything. So there's a lot of good stuff in the app. This is one of the apps you're really going to want to use. This scooter looks really cool, especially in the evening when everything's lit up. So it's a nice looking scooter. Has a nice wide deck. I like that. It's not too thin, and it's got this pedal in the back that you can rest your foot on. So that's another plus. It's a rubber deck, and with my tennis shoes here, it's pretty non-slip. The power and speed of this scooter is insane. If you like a lot of power, if you're a thrill seeker, this is going to be the one for you for sure. The sine wave controllers really do keep these motors nice and quiet, powerful. I love having them. These nut hydraulic e-brakes are really powerful, so make sure you get used to them before you go too fast and try to stop. If you're looking for a high-end, powerful scooter, then the M11 from Arvala is probably the right one for you. Check out my affiliates links down below. Won't cost you anything extra to use. Might even save you some money. And they're having a sale through the end of December. So go grab yourself one, get out there and ride, and I'll see you on the next one.